Hey guys, I'm going to go over MindTap today. So accessing MindTap from your Blackboard. When you go into Blackboard, you're going to go to your course main page. I'm in COSC, but this also applies to BCIS. If you don't see the navigation panel over here to the left, what you're going to do is hover over on the left of your document till you see this little arrow. Click on that, and that will show the Blackboard navigation panel. You click on MindTap. That will take you to the MindTap section of our course. The first part of MindTap at the top will show you how to create a Cengage Unlimited or MindTap account. There are two different videos, one by Mark and the other one is actually from the Cengage website. The second link, your numbers may look a little different than this, but the second link when you see the Cengage logo will be the link that takes you into MindTap. Thing about MindTap is you have to use Chrome or Firefox. I'm not sure how well Safari works, but Chrome and Firefox are the recommended browsers. You must turn off your pop-up blockers. Must turn off your pop-up blockers. Or since I don't like to do that, I add my.tccd.edu as an exception in my browser. If you don't know how to access the pop-up blocker for your browser, here's a video for Chrome and another for Firefox. The other thing you need to know is I am not a Cengage MindTap platform guru. I'm content. I am your content contact. But if it comes to problems with MindTap, Cengage Unlimited, getting your books, anything like that, if you decide to order the ebooks or order books, right now they're in e-format, then these would be the people you would contact if you have issues with that. Support.cengage.com. You'll be able to chat there, or you can call them at this 800 number. They are available 24/7. They're probably kind of busy if it's the first part of the semester. What I will tell you is that when you go in there, please be sure to get a ticket number. In case the issue cannot be resolved, then you need to send me that ticket number so that I can forward it up the chain of command on my end and see if they can come from another direction, try to figure out what's going on for you. Okay, so again, I'm content. If you have problems with Cengage or Cengage Unlimited, uploading, anything like that, please contact them. They have a number of videos on how to navigate MindTap as well. To create your account, again, two videos up here. So let's go into the course. And hopefully my system will run well now. I've shut it down, I don't know, 2 or 3 times. It's just had too much going on in the background. So yours will look similar to this, not exact, but it'll be pretty similar. You'll have the gradebook on the right, and you can go in and look. Sometimes I will leave you feedback, so be sure to look for that text bubble. I believe that's what it'll look like to you. To click on my feedback to you. I don't really do much. I'll do it on extra credit assignments that are out there, things that I use for like exams. On the left side is where all the material and all the activities take place. The first part is the technology for success. This is the concept portion of the course. The concept portion of the course. So you're going to be reading these modules, all of these modules in here. We have 11 of them. If you want to read about using this book or this ebook, take a look at this. It's practice. It's not practice, but take a look at that. Okay, once you click on it, you can click on the link and it'll take you. So let's just take a look at Concepts Module 1. Something I want to point out to you that's very, very important is that the due date in MindTap is not the assignment due date, but the date that this assignment will roll off of your screen. This typically is the Sunday night before an exam week. So the first 4 modules out of the concept portion will close the Sunday night before exam week. The only thing that you are required to do as a gradable event is anything that has this counts towards grade. What you'll use as your due date for an assignment, so you have one here, it says February 21st. Again, that's MindTap when it will go off of MindTap. If I look up Concept Module 1, Impact of Digital Technology, and I go to our course schedule or the roadmap to success, as I like to refer to it, you're going to see Concept Module 1, Impact of Digital Technology is due week 1, and all assignments are due the Sunday night of the week they are assigned. So since we're starting, um, your module 1 will be due by this Sunday night, okay, or the first week of class. Again, in MindTap, it's going to show you this Sunday night before an exam, so your day may be different than this, but just for now. It's worth 22 points in this case. Every Technology for Success module will be worth a little bit different. What I do is I take all of those readings that are due before an exam, I total those together. It should be 100 points, and then you'll do a practical, and I average those two together to give you an exam grade. So again, the due date in MindTap is not the due date. Assignments are due the week they are assigned. The due date in MindTap will be the date that all of these will leave this platform. Okay, so read through these. Every module has something that's edited towards grade, and so you have to kind of watch for that. Let's go down to the labs. Okay. Now in the labs, you have Word, Excel, Access, and PowerPoint. At the end of Word modules, you are going to have a lab, an exam over Word. So now when we go into these modules, you're going to have a textbook project, you're going to have a project. There are a lot of other projects. If you notice, they say practice, which means they do not apply towards your grade. Okay, so anything with a red dot says count towards grade. Those are the things you have to do. The others are not gradable events. They're there for you to practice. So if you want to try to do some more work, then go out there and test yourself. You'll always have a textbook project, you always have a project, and then you'll always have an end of module exam. The only one that this will be different on will be the access modules. So hold off on that and don't freak out yet. You'll have a little less work. What I am going to tell you is that when you go into these projects or these exams, what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to use the files that are provided. If they ask you to create something from scratch, they're going to give you a new document in the download area for you to open a new clean document. I'm going to ask you to use these documents because that's what MindTap's going to use to grade to verify that it is your document. If you create it from scratch or you borrow someone else's document, they are marked up in the back and I will be notified and we'll have problems. So let's not do that. Let's just use the documents provided. So if we click on this one right here, okay, it's going to ask you to check your version of Office. I'm going to tell you that if you are on a Mac or if you're on a Chromebook, Chromebook does not have enough storage space for applications, so you're web-based. So I would recommend that you use the VDI on Tarrant County College that Tarrant County College provides. It's a safe website. It looks and acts just like Windows 10. You can gain access to all the applications and more, but you're going to have to use the VDI. The Macs are the same way unless you're a dual boot system and you actually have Windows 10. All students have access to Office 365 through Tarrant County College, so you can look that up on Blackboard. But once you click Start in MindTap, you're going to be given a instruction file or readings. In a book, it's going to be readings. On the projects, it's going to be instruction file. You'll be given start files and maybe support files. You must use these files that are provided to complete this lab. Otherwise, when the grader goes to do its thing, it's going to recognize it's not your file, you started it from scratch, and they're going to send me a message that may even block you from uploading it. What you'll do is you'll work through the instructions, click continue, and then upload your document here. In this case, you're going to have 2 documents. Okay, so when you read through the textbook is always going to be a step-by-step process, so it's like a cookbook. You're going to want to follow it step by step. If you're going to rent a book for this course, which you can rent, I think, up to 4 books per course for $7.99, this would be the book I would rent, only because it's a recipe book, so it's a step-by-step process, and if you skip a step, your cake won't bake or your document won't work right. So, okay, let's go on and take a look at something else. This training right here, when you go into training, This training, which is a practice, is exactly what this exam is. So if I go into this training, all you're doing is testing yourself to see if you understand how to do the tasks. You're going to want to check your system, make sure it's set up correctly and you have no issues, and then you'll click Start. I recommend that you make this window expanded out as much as possible. And so this is a practice. This is not a gradable event. When you're in the training, you're going to see that there's a menu up here that shows you all of the tasks that you're going to be expected to be able to complete. In this case, I have 60 tasks just for the intro to Word. Okay, you can observe it, you can practice it, or you can apply it. When you observe it, the system will walk through setting up whatever task it is that they have at hand. So it will walk you through creating it. When you do a practice, it's actually going to walk you through you doing it instead of observing the system do that. So we'll watch this for a second. So you click on File and then New, and it'll walk you through that. So then you're able to go into the Apply, okay, and test yourself. But again, this piece, the training is not required. So let me get out of here. Okay, it's a practice, but this training, we had 60 pieces, 60 tasks, is the same thing that this exam is. Now the exam, something you need to know about the exam is you have 3 attempts per task. 3 attempts per task. So when you go into the Start, you're going to notice the number of tasks should be 60. Hang on. 60. So it's exactly what you would have learned in the training. So just kind of be aware of that. It's a gradable event, but if you don't know how to do one of the things that it's asking you to do, then go up here into this training and look it up and practice it, and then go back into your training and finish, or your exam, and finish it. So let's go take a look at this project. Project is just like the textbook. The biggest thing you need to understand is you have to go through the steps to create the document to make this work. You have 3 attempts for submission. So I would work through the steps, submit the document, have it give you the grade. If you're not satisfied with the grade, you don't have 100, make the modifications as it tells you to, what it suggests that you do or you have to do or what you missed. Make those modifications, resubmit it, have it graded again. If you didn't get 100, work it one more time. Just modify the existing document that you have, resubmit it. And if you don't get 100 and you know for a fact that you did everything correctly, then send me an email and I'll go in and take a look at the document. If you know you missed it, then just let the grader do its thing. But anyway, let's go ahead and take a look at this. So Start. Okay, here we go. Let me go back here. Here's my instructions, and I'm going to download my document. I'll open my instructions and I'll open my document. One cool thing that I like about this, the book's the same way, although the book will be laid out a little bit differently, is that it's a step-by-step process, but at the bottom it'll show you what the document should look like. So if you're in the textbook, as you're working through the documents or the steps, it will show you kind of what your document looks like, but in the end, it will show you what that document should look like before you upload it. So what we're going to do is we're going to take this document here on the right, and make it look like this by working through these steps up here. So the first thing it does is ask you to open that document, which I did. And then it's going to do save the file as, and typically what they do is they ask you to put a number 2, but read the instructions to make sure. So I'll do file save as, and I'm just going to put it in my desktop because that's what's easiest for me right now to find it quickly for you guys, and I'm going to put a 2 because that's what it asked me to do, and I'm going to click on save. Okay. So as soon as I've done that, then what I'm going to do to save myself time and frustration is I'm going to strike through that saying I've already done it. Now it says, as a member of the training department of blah, 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 change the margins to narrow. So I'm going to come over here and I'm going to go to my layout and I'm going to change my margins to narrow. Okay, I've done that. So I'm going to strike through that. Okay, so if I'm going to save that again. And then I'm going to go and I'm going to follow each one of these steps, and when I get done, my document should be converted to look like this. Okay, so once I'm done, I save it, okay, and then I'm going to upload it. So I click continue, and I'm going to upload it. It tells me exactly the name of the file that I want to upload, so I'm going to go see if I can find it. I know it's on my desktop. I'm going to try to upload something that doesn't belong just to see what happens. It's telling me that the file does not match, so I need to upload the right file. So let me go back and see if I can find it. It won't allow me to upload an incorrect file. Okay, I've hit the right file, so now I'm going to click submit. And now what it's going to do is it's going to check the file, the size, the format, a few things like that, make sure they're correct, and it's grading it, so it's going to generate a report. Let's take a look at this report. So it's going to tell me that I got 8 out of 100. So what I did was I made the margins narrow. Yay. But out of all the steps, I missed everything else. So what I would do is I would just take my report, go back to my original document. Let's see if I can find it. I would go back to my original document and I would modify this according to and make the adjustments. So it's saying add a half point blue accent 1 page border using the double line style, the 7th border, blah, blah, blah. So what you're going to want to do is you'll want to go in here and make that adjustment. And I would go through all the things I missed, and when I'm done, save it and resubmit it. And you'll get another report. You can do this up to 3 times. So just be aware of that. You have 3 attempts on each project, the textbook as well. The only thing is on this exam, you're only going to have 3 attempts per task. And so that's it. I walked you through Technology for Success, and I walked you through how the applications are going to work. Again, the biggest thing to know is that it's only these things with the red dot that says count towards grade that you're responsible for that's going to be a gradable event. The other thing is the due date in MindTap is not the due date of the assignment. This due date in MindTap is when these documents or these assignments will close on the MindTap platform. So that's it. Have any questions, please ask.